So last week I got to watch the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight, which was absolutely awesome. So shout out to those two legends for putting on a show like that. But I'm actually ashamed to admit that going into last Saturday, I was way more excited to watch the Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson fight on the undercard. Just because I really wanted to see Jake Paul get his lights knocked out. Because fuck Jake Paul, I hate that guy. And going into the fight, I was about 95% sure that Nate would kick his ass. Because I did know that Jake had fought twice before and looked really good in those fights, but those were against Deji and a Nissan Gibb, two FIFA YouTubers. And there's a big difference between a FIFA YouTuber and an NBA player. At least I thought. Because, spoiler alert, the fight did not go my way. Not only did Jake Paul win, but he absolutely murdered this guy. And as Nate's body laid limp on the canvas for what seemed like forever, I turned to my friend I was watching it with and said, uh-oh, this is the last thing the world needs right now. A Jake Paul with an ego bigger than it already was? Lord have mercy on our souls. And so as Jake was standing ringside for his post-fight interview, I was preparing for the worst. I was getting ready to hear the most annoying, cocky, and cuntish shit come flowing out of his mouth. But once again, Jake proved me wrong. He came out and gave one of the most humble and inspiring interviews I've ever seen.
First and foremost, I just want to, say thank you to Nate. He's the one that originally called me out. I respect him, and his basketball career has been amazing, and I don't want to take anything away from him. It takes a lot of balls to step in the ring. Not a lot of people can do that, and this means a lot to me. It just feels good to win. Yeah, I've been training my ass off, for the past year. I'm taking this seriously. For me, my whole life has been a fight, and so fighting, it's something I'm great at. Being from Ohio, a small town, and making my way out to Los Angeles to fame and success, and just fighting for everything, and people never believing in me, people hating me, being one of the most hated people in the world. I have to fight through that. It's not easy. And so for me, this is a perfect sport. I found my lane. Just 4 weeks ago, I was meditating, fell flat on my face, broke my nose.
How did you fall on your face meditating?
I passed out. I was like, and I passed out on the concrete.
Last thought here. Are you willing to be patient with this?
100%. I'm willing to be patient. I'm only 23 years old. Deontay Wilder started boxing when he was 21. So I have a long future ahead, and I'm just getting started. And I talk a lot of shit, but I back it up. And, actions speak louder than words.
And after watching that, my friend turned to me and said, well, there was nothing there that made me want to hate this guy. And I had to agree with him. Because Jake really did look like a genuine, respectable, stand-up guy in that interview. He gave respect to his opponent, talked about how hard he's had to work to get to where he is, had a good sense of humor about how he broke his nose while meditating, which I think is fucking hilarious, and he finished off the interview with one of my favorite quotes: actions speak louder than words. To be real with you guys, the person I saw in that interview is the type of person that I would be friends with. And so it got me thinking, why do I hate Jake Paul? That's something I've been trying to figure out for the past couple days now, and I still haven't found one good reason for me to hate him. It's embarrassing to say this, but the only reason why I ever hated Jake Paul was because everybody else hated him. Because when Jake said he's one of the most hated people in the world, he wasn't lying. Anywhere you look on the internet, you'll find people talking shit about this dude and basically calling him the second coming of Satan. And I just went along with it all. I never took the time to consider asking myself why I thought Jake was a piece of shit. I just heard everyone else calling him one and agreed with them. And maybe you did the same. I don't blame you if you did. Because nowadays, it's pretty easy to find yourself jumping on the hate train. There's just something about the internet that causes this mob mentality, where you see all these other people hating on someone, and you decide you want to hate on them too. And then it becomes this popular thing to hate on that person. Everyone and their mother starts making videos or tweets talking shit about them, and people love it. They eat that shit up. Lord knows if I made a video shitting on Jake Paul, it would get way more views than this one. So why am I not doing that? Well, the reason why is because while hating on people may seem like it's all fun and games, it's not a healthy thing for you to do. all it does is make you an angrier and sadder person. Something that I found to be true about 99% of the time is that whenever you see someone hating on another person, the person they're hating on is always more successful than they are. And when you see someone you hate doing better than you, naturally you're gonna feel like a piece of shit. Like, I can promise you that when all these people who hate on Jake Paul see all the subscribers he has, all the money he gets, and all the girls he fucks, they get so fucking tight. But let's say those people instead decided to love Jake as if he was one of their closest friends. Then they wouldn't be so angry. They'd actually be able to be happy for him. Which honestly, you should be happy for Jake Paul. Because at 23 years old, he's doing really well for himself. So good for him. And look, I'm not trying to suck Jake Paul's cock right now. Because I'm not a fan of his at all. I do not like his videos. You will never catch me watching one of them. But I'm not going to sit here and say that his videos are shit. Because have you seen how many views he gets? He's obviously doing something right. And the same can be said for his music. I mean, it is pretty clear that this guy is no Kendrick Lamar on the mic.
And I just dropped some new merch, and it's selling like a god church.
But still though, his songs do fucking numbers. Just from his one song Every Day, bro, he made $2 million. So I can sit here in my parents' house talking shit about that song all I want. But what would that say about me? That would just make me a jealous bitch. So fuck that. I don't want to be some loser who sits in my room all day making fun of a guy who's actually going out and living his best life. That would be a sad way for me to spend my time and energy. I could be doing way better things than that. Like, for example, going out and living my best life. But I can't do that with a heart full of hate. So from now on, I'm going to try my best to only ever show compassion and love for everyone. And I know some people may hear that and say, oh, that's some fruity shit. But I disagree. I think that it's manly as fuck. Because hating on people, that's easy. Anyone can do that. But it takes a certain amount of strength to show love to everyone. Especially to the people like Jake Paul who are so popular to hate on. So try it out, y'all. The next time you find yourself hating on someone, stop yourself right there and turn that hate into love. Because Lord knows the world needs more love. Like, there really is enough hate going around already. So take pride in being one of the few uncommon people who don't engage in that bullshit. Be one of the few glimmers of light in this dark, dark world and go out of your way to uplift others. Not only because it's the right thing to do, but also because when you make other people feel better about themselves, you end up feeling better about yourself. There's just something about showing love to people that feels so awesome. And if you don't believe me on that, try it out. In fact, to bring this video full circle, the perfect person for you to try it out on is Nate Robinson. Because for the past week, he's been getting roasted pretty badly. So I say we should all go to his social media and leave uplifting comments. And by the way, all these people who are making memes about him are straight up cowards. Because they would never say any of this shit to his face. If they saw him in real life, they'd be like, oh my god, Nate Robinson! I'm a huge fan, dude! Could I get a picture with you? But yeah, I just find it ridiculous how people who have never been in a fight before can make fun of someone for getting knocked out in a legit boxing match. Like, how about showing some respect to these people for having the balls to step in the ring? Especially these celebrities and YouTubers who do it, because they really don't have to. But they do it for us, the fans. And every time it is so goddamn entertaining, yo. I'll be on the edge of my seat the entire fight. Like, I love these YouTube boxing matches. And I'm kind of considering fighting in one. In fact, we could keep this whole YouTube versus NBA thing going. Because there's actually someone in the NBA who I want to call out. Don't worry, guys. It's not an NBA player, okay? I'm not trying to get my ass beat. So I'm going to go ahead and call out an NBA owner. James Dolan. Where you at, motherfucker? I want to fight your ass. Look at me being all hypocritical. I just made this entire video on why you shouldn't hate on people. Yet here I am hating on James Dolan. That's what I mean though when I say it's easy to find yourself jumping on the hate train. So you gotta be conscious of that and always be prepared to jump off of it. Which is what I'm gonna do right now. So James Dolan, I definitely don't agree with the way he's running the Knicks, but then again, there is a reason why he owns the team and I'm just a fan of the team. Like, obviously, he knows what the fuck he's doing more than I do, right? Like, I'm really sitting here critiquing him as if I could do a better job. That's just stupid of me. And also, instead of hating on this dude, I should be rooting for him. Because if he succeeds, I succeed, right? Like, we both want the Knicks to win. So if James Dolan is watching this, which he definitely isn't, I just want to say, I wish you the best, my man. For real. Anyways, though, speaking of spreading love, one way you guys can do that is by dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me, so thank you so much. It means a lot. Have a great day. Peace.